Have you ever seen a piece of software write itself? I mean, really write itself, not just update or patch, but generate a brand new, complex application from scratch using only random errors. Imagine the code for Microsoft Windows, millions of lines of precise, logical instructions. Now, imagine we built a program that goes into that code and randomly changes a character, one at a time. A C becomes a G. A 1 becomes a 0. A semicolon is deleted. What do you think would happen? Would you get a better, faster operating system? Would a new feature like a video editor magically appear? Every programmer on Earth knows the answer. You wouldn't get a new feature. You'd get a crash, a bug, a system failure. You'd get the blue screen of death. Random changes in a complex information system don't create, they corrupt. They destroy. And yet we are told that the most advanced, most complex information system in the known universe, the software of life, our DNA, did exactly that. It wrote itself through random errors. The story of evolution is built on a simple premise. Random mutations, filtered by natural selection, created every feature of every living thing on Earth. Today, we're going to put that claim to the ultimate test. We're going to look at DNA not as a biologist, but as a software engineer. And we're going to see why, for any programmer, the core idea of Darwinism isn't just a theory. It's a nightmare. First, let's be clear. The analogy of DNA as software isn't just a cute metaphor. It's a functional reality. Your DNA is a digital code written in a four-letter alphabet, A, T, C, and G. This code is read in three-letter words called codons. These words are organized into sentences called genes. These sentences provide the instructions to build the microscopic machines of your body, called proteins. Your body even has the hardware, the ribosome, that reads the code and executes the instructions. It is, in every meaningful sense of the word, a biological computer running a breathtakingly complex operating system. And a mutation? It's nothing more than a typo, a random error in that code, a copy-paste mistake. So, here is the billion-dollar question. Can a series of random typos in a block of code write a new, functional program? Let's consider the problem. The issue is that randomness destroys function. Think of a simple sentence. The sun is hot. It has meaning and function. Now let's apply a few random mutations. Thaz sun is hop, or TQSFN, X is hot. Are we getting closer to a new, more complex sentence? Are we on our way to writing a Shakespearean sonnet? No. We are descending into noise and gibberish. The original information is being destroyed. The idea that you can create new information by randomly corrupting existing information is a logical absurdity. Darwin's idea was that a complex feature like an eye or a wing could be built up through tiny, incremental steps. But software doesn't work that way. A new, meaningful block of code, one that performs a new function, has to be integrated precisely. It requires hundreds, if not thousands, of characters to be in the exact right place at the exact right time. A single typo can break the entire program. But to get a new function, you need a whole new paragraph of error-free meaningful text to appear out of nowhere. This brings us to the evolutionists' magic wand, natural selection. They'll say, but natural selection filters out the bad mutations and keeps the good ones. This sounds clever, but it's a logical trap. Let's be brutally honest about what natural selection actually is. It is not an intelligent designer. It has no brain, no foresight, and no creative power. Natural selection is a mindless process of elimination. It's a quality assurance tester that can't write a single line of code but can only press one button: fail. If a mutation causes immediate harm, the organism dies. Fail. The mutation is eliminated.
But what if a mutation is the first of 500 steps needed to build a wing? By itself, it does nothing. It's just junk code. It might even slightly slow down the organism. So what does natural selection do? It sees a less fit organism fail. The path to the new feature is cut off at step 1. Natural selection doesn't select for a future function. It can only select against a current failure. It is a force of death and decay, not creation and construction. It can explain the survival of the fittest, but it can never, never explain the arrival of the fittest. And this leads to the biggest problem of all, the origin of new information. This is the killer, the one question that stops the whole theory in its tracks. Where does the new information, the new code for new features come from? Mutations can shuffle existing information. They can break it. They can duplicate it. But they can't create genuinely new, specified, complex instructions. You can't get a blueprint for a bird's wing by randomly shuffling the blueprints for a reptile's leg. You need a completely new design, a new chapter of code. We know, from all of our uniform and repeated experience in the real world, that information, functional, coded information, only ever comes from one source, a mind, an intelligence, a programmer. So when someone tells you that a long series of typos wrote the epic software that is life, you are right to be skeptical. The programmer's nightmare, the idea of random errors creating functional complexity, is the biological reality that evolutionists are asking you to believe. The question isn't whether the code can be tweaked or optimized. The question is, who wrote the original operating system? Because one thing is certain, chaos and randomness can't write code. They can only make it crash.